There was an interesting study done a few years ago about clothing, and I want to share it with you. So there were these two groups, right? Group A and Group B, and they both give both of these groups a white jacket, a white coat. And they told Group A that the white jacket was a painter's coat, and they told Group B that the white jacket was a doctor's coat. Guess what group performed better in the challenges they completed throughout the day? Was it Group A, the group that thought they were wearing a painter's coat, or Group B, the group that thought they were wearing a doctor's coat? You see, this is what is fascinating about style, because we know style can improve our confidence, it can improve our self-esteem, how we feel and all this. But did you ever consider the fact that what we wear can impact the choices we make throughout the day? You see, Group B, the group that thought they were wearing a doctor's coat, performed better throughout the day in the activities that they did. Isn't that crazy though? Like, the only difference between the two groups is what they thought they were wearing. The whole point I want to get at is that clothing can have a massive impact on the choices we make throughout the day. My morning routine. 5 a.m. wake up, first thing, breakfast.
Bubble bath, call my name. Every morning up with the sun.
Porridge. I'm always having porridge for breakfast every single day of the week.
You know I love to know some big ones. And mama thinks it's fun.
But this is where it gets important, because I brush my teeth and I get changed. So why am I showing you this? Well, so there's this thing called enclothed cognition, and essentially it's the relationship clothing has on your body and on your mind. When we put on our work clothes, there is a subconscious mindset shift because our brain relates certain activities with clothing. Think about your work shoes. They're the last thing you put on before you go to work and leave the house, and the first thing you take off when you get back home from work. When you change your clothes, you change your life. Don't get me wrong, like my drip, my style isn't bad, but I think it can be improved. Like right now, right, I've got these shoes here, and don't get me wrong, they're not bad, and I've also got like this one and this one for running. Like, I enjoy these, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like these are a bit dirty now, they're a bit gone off, so I definitely need some new shoes. I need some new, like I'm wearing joggers, I need some new trousers, and obviously this video is about style, and as we know now, if we improve our style, we can improve our productivity. So without further ado, let me go get a haircut, let me go improve my style, and I'll be back in a minute. Let's go.
You tell me with the two hands, I'm too bad. Wonder what you think I like. Need me to get your bills paid. That's what you said. I guess I'm just too fake for that. So sit down, listen, think for a minute. Know it might be hard 'cause you're on it.
I know exactly what I want.
I'm about to help you with your manners and respect.
Look at those, bro. Yes, please. Check out Boohoo Man Cargo. Yes, please. Yes, please. Large Happy Days add to bag. Check out. Right, so a few days ago, my trousers came with these shoes, and don't get me wrong, they look sick, right? But you see, style is just one thing. My question to you is this: have you ever thought about how the different fabrics of clothing impact our productivity? Let's talk about it. So what I've got here is two different types of trousers. I've got I've got some jeans and I've got some joggers. The joggers, they're comfortable, they're soft to touch, they're nice to hold, they're nice to feel, right? These jeans are a bit more robust, if you will. They're a little bit harder, they're a little bit more uncomfortable when you compare them to the joggers. You see, back in cavemen times, if our body was a bit uncomfortable, it would send a signal to the brain to become more alert, to be more aware of its surroundings. Because if our body was a bit uncomfortable, that could have meant we could have been injured, or even worse, we could be killed. So our brain becomes way more alert when our body is a bit more uncomfortable. But do you know what gets us a bit uncomfortable? Wearing these jeans. You see, when our body becomes a bit more uncomfortable from wearing those jeans, our brain becomes a bit more alert, which means we become more productive. Our style, it can improve our self-esteem, our confidence, the way we feel, right? I get that. But the fabrics of the materials we wear can literally make our brain become more alert, which means that we can focus easier, we can be more aware of our surroundings, we can be more productive and get more work done. One of the biggest pieces of advice for someone starting to go to the gym is to put their gym clothes right by their bed. So when they wake up in the morning, it's easy for them to put on their gym clothes. Why do you think we prioritize this so much? It's almost guaranteed that when we put on our gym clothes, we go to the gym. Just like when we put on our work clothes, we get into the mindset of doing work. And when we put on our pajamas, the clothes we go to sleep in, more often than not, we're gonna feel sleepy. The whole point I want to get at is our clothing, what we wear, has a dramatic impact with our mindset. And the more we understand this, the more we can understand this idea, the more we can use it to our advantage to be more productive throughout the day, which ultimately is what we all want. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got value from it. And I shall see you in the next one. Take care.